Okay, so in the previous video, we found the measures of locations, and these measures of location, uh, we found the first quartile and second quartile and third quartile. First quartile, as we said, is, in this example, we got 249 miles, which is this, it's represented here. That means we have 25% of the data less than this value. So we have 249 miles driven, we have 25% of the data less than this value. And the second quartile, which represents the median, by the way, we got 259, so that means 50% of the data is less than this value. And the third quartile, which is in this case 266, and that means 75% of the data less than this value. And also we found the lower limit and the upper limit, and we used the interquartile range. By the way, let's find the rest. What is the interquartile range? The interquartile range is just Q3 minus Q1. It's 17. So basically here, when you find the lower limit, you can just select the 1.5 times the interquartile range. We get the same answer. The same thing here. So we can also check the maximum and the minimum values as well. So equals max. We select the data, Command Shift down arrow, enter. Minimum equals min function. Select the data, Command Shift or Control Shift down arrow, depends. So this is the minimum value, 231. This is the maximum value, which is 345. And as we said, this is a outlier because it's exceeding the upper limit. This is exceeding the upper limit, right? And the minimum value is 231, which is within the lower limit. It's not below the lower limit. Now what we are going to do is we are going to find the range. So the range basically is the maximum minus the minimum equals maximum minus minimum. This is the range. We can compare these two values, by the way. The range compared to the interquartile range, it's a big difference. Because the interquartile range, we are just subtracting the Q3 minus Q1. So it's a smaller range. We're kind of ignoring these outliers, right? Also, we can find, if you want to get the mean, we can say the mean. We did this in the previous videos, but I'm going now to find the measures of variations. The first one is the variance. This set of data is taken from a sample, so this is sample data, so we're going to use the variance equals var.s. This is a variance for the samples. If you use p.p, it's going to be the variance for the population. So this is going to be select your data, done. This is my variance equals my standard deviation, stdvev dot either p or s. So in this case, we have a sample, so it's going to be s. Open parentheses, select your data, enter. So this is the standard deviation. It's 21 miles. 21 miles. What else? The coefficient of variation. The coefficient of variation, we just divide the standard deviation by the mean. So let's find the mean. The mean is the average. If you find the median, by the way, let me finish the coefficient of variation, which is the standard deviation divided by the mean, which is 0.08, which is technically small. If you find the median, you're going to find out that it's the same as, almost the same as what? The second quartile. The second quartile. Yeah, so this is everything about finding the measures of variations. We also talked about the measures of location, and we found the measures of position also and center.